the best day ever.
Awesome. We had a blast. We saw people we don't see on an everyday basis, and
It was gorgeous. The
Yeah.
weather was perfect.
yeah, it couldn't have been any better.
No,
What do you think?
there was nothing that I would change. It's perfect.
Yep. Got people. I was say people. I got people to dance that were not going to dance, and that was my goal, Miller. And so, yeah, we were both dating people at the time, but we were committed to that. But we had people that we knew talking to us about people we should, like, I should meet her, she should meet me. We were like, oh, I'm dating somebody, but those relationships ended and they kept pushing it. And I think the first time we met was William Henry.
Yep.
Yeah, I was doing a fitness competition. Had to get my whole body shaved or waxed, so I was getting my legs waxed, and she worked at the salon I was at, and so I'm laying up there, trying to be tough and all that, getting my legs waxed, and all of a sudden, a knock comes to the door.
He says, "Come in," and thinking it's another coworker of his,
Yeah.
I open the door and step in. I say, "Hey," and he goes,
Yeah.
"Hey."
Yeah, so I was caught off guard. So she saw me at a vulnerable, painful moment. And after that, I walked her to a car, and then,
Asked me on our first date,
yeah,
see The Lion King on Broadway.
yeah. And then we've pretty much seen each other every day for about 3 years. So that was history there.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, we've been to a lot of, I think some of our concerts we've been to, we went to Def Leppard, Kiss. We have old souls, so we go to like old rock concerts. We go to Amos's, the Fillmore. We see, like I said, Def Leppard, Kiss, Motley Crue,
All the tribute
all the
bands.
tribute bands, which sounds corny, but they're really good. And we just rock out like we're teens back in the 70s. That's been some good times. I think when we got engaged
And that was awesome.
that was really fun. So, what do you think? What else? Beach. Panama City, went to the beach last year. We had
With
a blast.
Bubba.
With Bubba, man. Bubba, he was here tonight. He's a character, so we had a good time, man. Went to Panama City, Florida, and so,
That was awesome.
yeah.
I knew on our first date, he, let's see, when was it? We went to see The Lion King, and, it was great, because, I'm a Disney fanatic, and so is he. And so we left, and we were both hungry, but it was like 11 o'clock at night, so we were like, let's go to IHOP. We went to IHOP, and we were just talking, and it wasn't your typical first date, blind date kind of conversations. Like, we talked like real talk, and our food came, and he said, "Can I say a blessing?" I was like, "Yeah." And I think that's probably when I knew it's like he's cool. I like him.
I said it in my vows. I literally remember this, like, very specific. When I dropped her off from that same date, went to the Lion King, Broadway, went to IHOP. I took her home, and I walked her to her carport, and she went inside. I went to my car, or my truck, and I sat there, and it was just different. The first date was different from any date I've ever been on, and I've dated girls, and I've been, hung out with girls and all that. And I sat in my car for literally 5 minutes, and 5 minutes is really a long time when you just sit there quiet. And I just thought about it, and I said, and I literally out loud said, "Oh boy, this is it," or "Here we go," or something like that. I remember that to a T. And I just knew it. I knew that was it. I mean, because I think I don't know, like I said, when people were talking about her to me, they were telling me how she is and all that, and I was scared, but I made the decision to ask her out on a date, and then it was better than I thought.
And I didn't want to go out with him. My coworker was one of the ones trying to set us up, and I was like, no, I didn't know him, but it's like, no, he's this ex-cop, ex-model, singer, personal trainer guy. No, I don't want to go out with him.
Stereotyping.
She's like, no, he doesn't act like that. He's so sweet and blah, blah, blah. She's like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
It was the best decision I ever made.
Well, this is okay. So basically, we there's a singer we follow. His name's Ben Rector, and some of his songs were played tonight. But one of our first dates was one of his concerts, and we love him. Mm-hmm. And we've been to more of his concerts, but one of his concerts, we went to Athens, Georgia, and I actually messaged him. I tried to get in contact with him to see if he would call us on stage or something like that. I couldn't get a hold of him, but my goal was a specific song. If it came on, I was going to propose. So we went to the concert. I forced her to go to the bathroom so I could tell people around me, like, hey, I'm going to propose at this certain song. So take pictures if you'll video, all that stuff. I'm waiting for the specific song. Okay, first time we saw him, it was the second song played. Okay, we're sitting here, it's been 12, 13, 14, 15 songs. I'm like, he is not going to play this song. And that was my only plan, to propose to that song. He goes off and he comes back for an encore, one more song. And he starts playing something on the piano, and it's not the song. And I'm like,
Dress is the song.
White Dress is the song, but he starts playing some piano riff. I'm like, oh my gosh. He plays a minute of that piano riff, and then it transitions right into the song. Very last song of the night. So midway through, it's really upbeat song, and it goes to a slow piano kind of part. And I dropped on the knee right there, proposed. Well, he goes off stage, show's over. Everybody's yelling. They're like, someone proposed. They're yelling. About 3 or 4 minutes later, he comes back on stage, full band, and he's like, did I hear someone propose? And everybody starts yelling. He's like, can y'all turn the lights on, please? And we're way in the back. And they're pointing to us, and they're like, hey. He says, why don't you come up here? So we just made our way. The crowd parted. We walked right through.
Everybody was hugging us.
Everybody was hugging us, high-fiving us.
Congratulations.
We went on stage, and his drummer always takes a selfie of him and the crowd behind him, and everybody doing, hands up. So he said, will you be in my picture? So we did. The drummer took a picture of me and Ben and Amy, and I'm holding the ring, and everybody's hands are up, and then they gave us champagne, all this crazy, all this stuff. It was picture perfect.
Yeah,
I could have not planned it. I mean, I think about if the song would have been in the set list any time earlier, he probably would have not asked us on stage, because it wasn't. But the show was over, and
we were, walking back to the hotel, and people were passing us on the sidewalk. Like, hey, y'all are the people that just got engaged. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, and then we went to the Georgia Aquarium the next day, so that was awesome. Yeah. So it was just the best weekend, and we've seen him a couple times since, so we're staying with him. We invited him to the wedding, but he didn't come. We did. We gave him an invitation, but
The last concert of his that we went to, we had just gotten the invitations ordered, and we put one together, and I wrote a note on it saying, like, hey, we were these people that you caught up on stage in Athens, Georgia last year. We understand if you can't come, but hey, just wanted to give you this. And our plan was to get to the concert early, and it's just standing room, so we were like, oh, we'll get up in the front because we'll be early. No, there was a line wrapped it was probably half a mile around the block. So we were like, oh man, what are we gonna do? So he talked me into going up to one of the security guards, telling him this story. He's looking at us like we were crazy. He's like, I don't know, let me get somebody else. So I talked to the guitarist of the opening band, and he's like, yeah, I know, Ben, I'll give it to him. That's awesome. So he promised he'd give it to him.
Yep. We knew he wouldn't come, but
yeah.
At least he had it. So, I would say genuine, authentic, and beautiful, but that's just not on the outside, that's on the inside.
Yeah. I would say quirky.
Quirky?
Quirky.
Quirky, okay.
I was going to say funny, but that's not a very strong word. Hilarious. Corny.
Corny.
Yeah.
That works.
Tomorrow we are going to Jamaica.
Tomorrow we're going to shut the world off for a week. We're going to spend the most quality time we've ever had together without any interruptions. And we're going to talk and plan and everything.
Just thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about work or school or group text messages, nothing.
Phones are off. We are going off the grid for a week, and we're talking about the future.
In paradise.
Yep.
Hopefully with kids. Be a nurse.
She becomes a nurse in a couple weeks. I feel like we'll definitely have a couple kids. Stronger than ever.
He'll be the best dad ever.
I can't wait to be a dad. So
how many kids?
thinking
Two
at
or
least
three.
2, maybe 3. Yeah, I want a big family. So
I love you.
I love you, and I am high strung and crazy and outgoing, and you calm me, which is good. And I think I bring you out a little bit. I think we meet right in the middle. So I think that's good. Yeah.